Hello, this is QFC doing another arena run with commentary, brought to you by yours truly, QFC. Hopefully I will do one of the three classes I haven't done yet. That'd be, I think, Warlock, Hunter, or Shaman. Let's see if I get one of those. Nope, no Warlock, Hunter, Shaman. Instead, Priest, Druid, Paladin. I'll grab the Paladin. I like Paladin. It's a fun class. It's got a lot of good cards. Truesilver Champion Consecrate. Not really any bad Paladin cards. Kodo, Pyromancer, and Abomination are all good in their own special ways. Kodo I feel is a bit more situational. I actually really like Abomination, especially if you don't wind up with a Consecrate. He's almost like a pretend Consecrate, so I'll grab him. He's kind of fun. He's really bad to play when you've got board control yourself, so sometimes it's awkward because you don't want to kill your own board. Here I'll grab Bloodsail Raider. Edge Inspire's not bad either, but Bloodsail Raider 2/3 is always awesome, and sometimes if you've got Truesilver Champion out later in the game, she can be really ridiculous. Grab the Consecrate. Nice to have that early on, gives some confidence. Dread Corsair is pretty reasonable if you get some Truesilver Champions. He's a free card, and I love free cards. Grab the Venture Mercenary. I do like the Dread Crocolisk, but I like the nice big old dumb guy. 7/6 for 5 is pretty impressive. Now here, to be honest, I don't really like any of these cards. Blessing of Might, just 3 attack. It can be good on Wind Fury guys if you're playing like some kind of hyper aggressive deck. Spiteful Smith, I guess I like him more than the Snapjaw, but not much. My deck is a bit too skewed towards the Hind at this point, and even though I just said it's a bit too skewed to the Hind, I'm going to take Silverhand Knight just because I like it a lot. Oh god. Well, Redemption's not actually that bad. If you get some like Harvest Golems or something, it can be pretty good. Redemption also works somewhat okay with Loot Hoarders, which I think is probably going to be my pick here. I like Loot Hoarder a lot as a card. I like Silverhand Knight a lot, but I already got too many 5 drops. I need to work on some Loot Hoarders. Grab the Knife Juggler here, and I could take a second Venture Mercenary, and I think I will. I don't really like Blessing of Kings that much. You have to be a bit careful not to take too many Venture Mercenaries. They're not really something you want multiples of that much. These cards, to be honest, I don't really like any of them. I guess I'll take the Hand of Protection, but that's only because I really dislike the other cards. Grab another Bloodsail Raider, even though I don't have a Truesilver Champion yet. Urge of Protector is a pretty good card. So is Consecration. I already have 1 Consecration though, and I do have a fair number of 2 drops. I think I might actually take Consecration instead. I like having multiples of it. It makes me feel safe. Blessing of Kings, card I don't really like. I really need some 3 drops, so I'll grab 3 drop. Harvest Golem is definitely the pick here. I already have the Redemption to synergize with if I need some 3 drops. If it's right in, the Fairy Dragon is probably the pick. I could take the Novice Engineer, but I'd rather have the Fairy Dragon. It's kind of hard to deal with a little bit. They can't just use a removal on it. It usually trades with something. Storming Champion's a pretty reasonable card, especially in Paladin decks, since you always have your hero power to make sure you've got stuff on the board, but at the same time, I like Spellbreaker. I need at least some silence, and I'm already halfway through and don't have any, so grab that up. Pick up the Mad Bomber here. Well, this is kind of an interesting pick, because I do like Injured Blade Master as a 3 drop. That said, Gadget and Auctioneer can be pretty huge value, and I already have 4 spells, and some of them are very inexpensive spells, including Redemption. Getting Redemption on an Auctioneer could be pretty huge. So I'll grab the Auctioneer. It's got pretty insane potential value, but Blade Master really does let you get some early game board control. I'm being pretty greedy with the Auctioneer, to be honest. Another Dread Corsair. I already have 1, and I still don't actually have any weapons, but despite that, I think I might pick it anyway. But I'll regret that if I never get a weapon. Grab another Bloodsail Raider. I think it's my 3rd one. This is grab a Harvest Golem. I really need the 3 drops. And that's probably my favorite 3 drop. If not my favorite, it's pretty close to my favorite. Noble Sacrifice is actually a pretty reasonably good card, especially considering I've got an Auctioneer on the field already. Accolade of Pain doesn't really work too well on Paladin. I'll just grab the Noble Sacrifice. Let's see. Another Auctioneer or Sunwalker or Violet Teacher. I'll grab the other Auctioneer since I seem like I get a fair number of spells. Even though I've got 2 Auctioneers, that's still not enough to make me want to consider Blessing of Might. The Farseer is pretty bad, honestly. I think I'll just grab the Razorfine Hunter, which is not a card I like, but it edges out the alternatives. So another hand of protection is pretty underwhelming. I actually do like Frostful Warlord. He can tend to be a fairly large card. Worgen Infiltrator's pretty reasonable too, but I do like this Frostful Warlord a fair bit. Another Dread Corsair? Sure, why not? His deck is not going to do very well, I can tell you that. Another Noble Sacrifice or another Fairy Dragon is my choice here. I think I'd rather just grab the Fairy Dragon. Grab the Kodo, and this deck is actually pretty bad. It's got 3 Dread Corsairs and 3 Bloodsail Raiders and no Truesilver Champion. So it's like, I picked the Dread Corsairs because I was expecting to get a Truesilver Champion, and it just never happened. The Bloodsail Raider is, I'm still happy to have them without the Truesilver Champion, but I don't know. We'll see where I go with this deck. It's definitely got some problems. It also has no good top end cards. It kind of tops out at Ventricle Mercenary, and doesn't have anything better than that to play late game. We'll see. It does have 2 Consecrates, which are not really the... I don't think I'd want Consecrate so much in this deck as other decks. I just don't know what to say about like what's good in this deck. There's nothing good in it. It's got too many the Corsairs in it. Every one of those Corsairs is terrible and shouldn't be in this deck. That said, this is a reasonable opening hand. I might just keep all of it. Except for the Abomination. I think if I get any wins with this deck, it'll be because of my Ventricle Mercenaries. They're the only card that really is I can expect to do some work. I guess Harvest Golem can sometimes do some work too. I do got a couple Harvest Golems. I'd be surprised if I can get 4 wins with this deck though. It'll be a challenge. Hopefully I draw 2 drops so I can coin into my Bloodsail Raider. If I don't draw 2 drop, okay, I do. So it's not entirely sure if I want to play the Bloodsail Raider or the Loot Hoarder. I guess I'll just play the Bloodsail Raider. He survives Smite and the other guy doesn't. Is the main motivation. Also, you never know, your opponent might have an Iron Beak Owl that he wants to play turn 2 to silence your Loot Hoarder. Mind Blast, well, that's not really a very strong play for him. And it leads him to think his deck in general isn't that good. But to be honest, mine isn't either. But that makes me more confident that I can maybe win. He's playing direct damage cards. Hopefully he will have a hard time getting board control, and I can just get board control. This deck really isn't good at getting board control. Like, it's not its strength, but if he's gonna do silly stuff like Mind Blast me, then he may just give it up. And he's even gonna Holy Smite my Loot Hoarder. Wow. And heal himself. Okay, so he's got some card disadvantage and he's at a board disadvantage. So unless he can have some strong late game cards, which is entirely possible. My late game's pretty pathetic. I mean, I've got the Dread Corsair, but then I've only got Ventricle Mercenaries. I'm pretty much going all in on the Ventricle Mercenaries. This game, and probably every game I play with this deck, because honestly, there's not much else I have. I got burned pretty hard by the Dread Corsairs. I've never before had no weapons and so many Dread Corsairs. It's a bit embarrassing. Well, the okay-ish news is that I can eat his little guy. The bad news is I have to trade here, and I don't really want to be trading. I could try and leave the Knife Juggler on the board. That doesn't seem like a good decision. I might play the Frostful Warlord instead of the Ventricle Mercenary, because the Frostful Warlord can be a 6/6, which is almost as powerful, and then he doesn't have the same drawback of making your stuff more expensive. Okay, he silences my Harvest Golem. I'm happy with that. The Harvest Golem already traded for one of his guys, so... so I could be greedy here and not trade, but he could have like Power Word Shield or things that would make me regret that, so I'm just gonna go for the trade. So we've got a 6/6 on the board. Hopefully that is enough to stay in control. He's got Frost Elemental. I can deal with the Frost Elemental. freezes my guy for a while. Let's see. So I could Knife Juggler and play the Razorfen Hunter, but it doesn't seem like a very strong play. I'll just drop the Venture Co. Bit awkward, but I can always... next turn I've got Knife Juggler plus Recruit, or maybe Consecrate. And I still got some really big minions on the board. Big dumb guys. They're not even that big. But they both kill as 5/5 and live, so that's pretty good. Wind Fury, well, I can trade with her as well. Alas, my Harvest Golem has been slain. So let me think. It's probably going to be the Knife Juggler and the Recruit, isn't it? Yep. And as far as trading goes, which one would I rather leave at 1 life? I don't think this makes a great deal of difference, but I'll leave my Venture Co Mercenary at 1 life. Obviously, I'm really opening myself up to a Holy Nova here, but hey, sometimes you gotta do these things. If he Holy Novas me, then it obviously would have been better to play the Razorfen Hunter, just because the Knife Juggler is pretty valuable and I'd rather have it not die, and the Razorfen Hunter would actually survive a Holy Nova. So he takes out my Venture Co and heals himself, but he's kind of in some serious danger here. I think I'm just going to play another Venture Co Mercenary here. Getting some pretty hefty damage in. Got a couple Consecrates in hand, got the Gadgetzan Auctioneer, although he costs a ridiculous amount of mana because of the Venture Co. But I think I've got this one. My opponent really just didn't commit any minions to the board. Because of that, it was easy for me to walk all over him. He doesn't have enough for Holy Nova. Sure, Shadow Word Bane, whatever. He's got 2 mana, and I've got a ton of damage. I wish him the best.
Is someone injured?
Northshire Cleric, I'm not too sure about that.
Well played.
He just didn't play any good cards early on. The easiest way to lose games is to do nothing for the first 3 turns. So I squeeze out the first win against an easy opponent, but honestly, I think like this deck is not that good. It's only going to win when my opponents lose. Like, I don't think there's, like, sometimes you have decks and opponents, they get, you know, all the good cards and you can still somehow play through it and beat them. No, that's not this deck. If the opponents make any sort of good play, I expect I will just lose. Old Noble Sacrifice is a reasonable early card. The Dread Corsair, the bane of my draft. I'm gonna grab an Auctioneer, okay. Well, Noble Sacrifice isn't the best turn 1 play, but it's better than nothing. I like doing staff as opposed to not doing staff.
Greetings. Well met.
Well met. So he's got no turn 1 play, okay. Now hopefully he doesn't have a weapon. The weapon would hurt me, but I do have the Recruit, which is slightly better than him killing my dragon by like a nothing. 3 mana Harvest Golem, maybe? Harvest Golem? Crusader. Alright, so the thing about that is I don't really want to play the Farce here. I guess I just play the Loot Order here. This is rough. So he's gonna eat my my distraction guy, the Noble Sacrifice. That's okay. What else has he got? Oh, is he gonna kill my loot order or something? I was kind of hoping my loot order would get to trade with his guy, but instead he kills it with that guy. It's a bit unfortunate. I'm in kind of a rough spot here. So I guess I probably just drop the Consecration, kill both his guys. Not the most valuable Consecrate in the world, but I don't know, I feel that I need to try and stay in control of this game and just be greedy and do whatever does the most for me right now. And that was Consecrate. Okay, so obviously I play the Auctioneer and run into the Taunt guy. I actually don't have any spells in hand, which is not really the position you want to be in when you play the Auctioneer. Instead I've got all these cards that gain attack equal your weapon, cost less for your weapon, attack equal your weapon. What weapon? What are weapons? What are these weapons of which you speak? Well, I guess I play the Taunt guy and the 2-drop. And just get some damage in. I don't know, I might be able to kill my opponent before he can gain board control. I may even just not trade with his guys unless they're like really favorable trades and just go for the throat kind of thing. I really need to close this one out. Because my late game does not exist. My opponent's got a lot more cards in hand than me too. Okay, that's kind of annoying. And by kind of annoying, I mean really annoying. Well... Bang! I guess I do have to kill his guy. I don't really want to, but it just seems like the play. And now he can kill my Auctioneer, but I can protect it with an Abomination, or I could just play some other dudes. I'd rather try and protect it with the Abomination, though. Not liking my spot here. Hopefully he can't kill my Auctioneer, and hopefully I draw a spell. What spells do I got? I already used the Noble Sacrifice and the Divine Shield. I used a Consecrate. I've actually used a lot of my spells. I still have another Consecrate though. The odds of me drawing another spell at this point are pretty low. I predict I draw another one of those 3/3 taunt for 4 mana dudes and cry and die a little on the inside. Okay, the Ghoul. The Taunting Ghoul. So I guess I gotta kill his Ghoul. Which is sad. I'm sorry, Ventrico Mercenary, or not Ventrico Mercenary, whatever that guy was called. Like I said, if this deck's gonna win games, it's gonna be with the Ventrico Mercenaries. They're my my only real hope. Because I'm low on cards. I've got a very minuscule board lead. Depending on what he plays, he could easily take it away from me. Oh god, I'm boned. That's game. Yeah, I needed the Ventrico Mercenaries to win the game for me, and he got Big Game Huntered, and now he's got a Questing Adventure that, well, I suppose the Mad Bomber might. Come on. I'm just thinking if there's... No, I just gotta play the bomber. There's no sense in healing my guy, it'll just die anyway. And I'm out of juice. I've got a really bad board, a really bad deck, and nothing in my hand. I would be amazed if I could win the game from this position with my opponent's cards in hand, where I'll have to be essentially completely useless things. I don't even know much damage. My bad board's only got 11 damage. How's he gonna trade? He's probably gonna eat my 2-3, my 2-1 with his 2-3, I'd imagine. Harvest Golem. Hurricane Reaper. Alright. He's eating my board. He says, nom nom nom. Your board is delicious. I agree, sir. My board is delicious. Do I want to eat anything from his board? I guess I eat this guy. Do I really want to eat the other guy, though? There's not much point. I'm gonna... Yeah, I guess there's a little point. Not a lot, though. Makes him use his Reaper on my guy. Then he Harvest Golems. I'm left with one minion, and he's got this Harvest Golem. If I do it this way, then... Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Durga. I'm in a pretty bad spot. Not a lot of things I can draw to come back from this one. The Consecrate might be a little bit helpful. That's going to be hard for me to kill. I probably won't even be able to kill that, let alone the opponent. Yeah, run that in there, run this in here, and then just kill my 2-1 with your bloody weapon, which is overkill, but... Okay, I suppose you can do it that way too. Try and milk that Harvest Golem for all it's worth. I don't think Redemption, the Mad Bomber Seeker won't activate, will it? I should honestly just concede at this point, but that's not my style. But I really am feeling that I'm quite dead. Dead. Capital D-E-D. Even with an A in there. But you don't need the A. Unless the A is like, fucking A, I'm dead. In that case, you can keep it. That guy's got taunt, so no real reason for him to. Oh, it says 4-1. Oh god. Oh god, look at this board. Now he's got total board control, I've got no way of getting it back. The Auctioneer is not gonna do it. I probably should have just kept the Auctioneer and just hope I draw a Consecrate so I can Auctioneer Consecrate next turn. I don't even know. Does he even have lethal? Let's see, 9-16. He doesn't even have lethal, but I want to see what my last card is and then concede. Yeah, you can see this deck just doesn't have really any strong plays in it. The Ventrico is the only thing it can do that can potentially get some value in, and it's just not enough.
Ready, sir.
Well played. Reporting for duty.
I was concede. Bang! So I said I'd be surprised if this deck could get to 4 wins. And I'm not surprised that I'm at 1-1. That's when I said it would get 4 wins, that's essentially what happens. You can't win more than half your games. We'll see. We'll see. I want it to at least get to 3 wins, but even 3 wins, I'd be surprised. This is not really a 3-win deck, to be honest. This deck is, I think, honestly, the worst deck I've ever drafted. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. This is definitely the worst deck I've ever drafted, like by a mile. The second worst deck I drafted, it was a deck that was literally all 2 drops. It was like I had 22 drops and that was it. It's like all I did was play 2 drops. It's like all draft long, it was ridiculous. All I got was 2 drops the entire time. And some 1 drops, then there were some other cards that were just a lot worse than the 2 drops. Like the Magma Rager, for instance, the 3-drop 5-1. I don't like him very much. Value Bomber! Come on, Value Bomber, activate. Activate. Value Bomber activated. The sad news is that I don't have a turn 3 play or a turn 4 play in my hand. The good news is I can trade with his Knife Juggler, I guess. Is he thinking about coining into a powered shield? I'd do it if I could. If I had those cards, I would absolutely do that if I were him. I don't know what else he could be thinking about though. Coining into any other 1-drop is probably not a good idea. I guess the Northshire Cleric wouldn't be terrible because I guess I would just leave it on the board and trade with the Knife Juggler if he did that. He just forgot to end turn. Anticlimax. Well, at least I get Divine Shield on my guy, which is better than nothing. It means I get to keep a minion on the board. I probably don't want to just throw Consecrate away on whatever he does this turn, because I do have that Auctioneer lurking in my hand. Mind Games. Well, my minions all suck. I'll be interested to see what he gets. Ventricles are in my hand. That's one of the better things he could have grabbed, I guess. So like I said, I don't want to waste the Consecration on just a thing that wouldn't even kill. The value Yeti. Too much value. Too much Yeti. And here begins Operation All In on Ventrico Mercenaries. I play Ventrico Mercenary. Can you kill it?
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
I guess I have to Consecrate here. Kind of, sort of. It's either Consecrate plus Hero Power or just use a Fairy Dragon. And I think Consecrate is the play. I would have liked to have drawn a card off of it, but
Reporting for duty.
I'm not going to eat his 4-2. He can run that into me if he wants, or he can heal it and try eating my minions. I'm too busy being all in on Ventrico Mercenaries to eat his 4-2 up. It's a really aggressive play, and I'm doing it just because I've got no faith in my deck, essentially. I think that if I don't get the damage in now, I'll just never get it. Well, he probably should have done those 2 things in the other order. But hey. Well, I got no way to buff up my other guy.
Reporting for duty.
I don't understand how Lightwell works. He picks, or is it just random? going to hit the light wall just because I don't really understand how it works. Does that mean it might heal itself instead of him? Or can it even heal? Because it says character. That means it can heal heroes too, right? I think it means that. I don't know. If it doesn't, then I just wasted a damage. I could have done a damage to him. Alright, so I got another Venture Co. So I guess I gotta play the Venture Co. Don't you know, the Venture Co. Leaving a light spawn on the board is borderline suicidal. I almost feel that I have to be borderline suicidal. No, I can't leave that on the board, can I? I just can't leave that on the board. Can't do it. Oh, is it? I thought it healed 5 health, it's only 3 health. Okay. And it's random, he doesn't get to pick. So it was good that I ran my minion into his guy. I did the right thing. Another light spawn. Oh, I think I have to leave this one on the board. Even with Consecration, I can't. It's a bit short of being able to knock it out of the park. But honestly, almost killing it is nearly as good as killing it. Oh, my guy will die, that kind of sucks.
Reporting for duty.
Balls, he heals this guy. I don't think I'll be able to finish this one. I'm kind of close, but I'm not going to be able to get there.
Pain, speak to me.
No choice. Have to do that. No. Slight choice of what to do. I really hope that the light well doesn't heal the guy. Oh, he can heal himself. Well, still, he kills my guy and then his thing goes off, whatever. I don't know, I might come out with this one. My opponent really, he's got some card draw from his Acolyte of Pain there. He got 2 cards, so that kind of worked. Oh, that's an annoying card. Don't double the health, don't double the health. No.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Well, I may as well just run into it. No reason not to. I don't think I'll ever be able to kill that 410 taunt guy. Because he can just eat my guys, then he gets healed with the light well. With the hero power, I'm just toast at this point. Assuming if he doesn't heal it up, I might be able to kill him, but that'd be a kind of silly play on his part. Suppose I could always draw a Consecrate. I think I still got, or no, did I think I only used one of my Consecrates. I can't kill your guy. He's too good.
You insist.
I still can't kill him. Getting him down to 1 health. This is depressing. My deck is so bad. So bad. I think I'm going to take a moment after this just to look at my deck and be very depressed. Well, I'm just throwing things into this guy because that's just how I feel like this game. It's operation, give this guy as many kills as possible. I'm trying to give him a level up. I think that if this guy kills 10 of my minions, he might level up. Instead of being a Sun Walker, he might become like a Sun Runner or something. I don't know, I guess my biggest mistake was when I left the... well, not when I didn't leave the first light spot on the table. I guess maybe I could have, but he did have that double health thing. If he had that in his hand at that time, then leaving it on there would have been disastrous.
Don't mess with Tusker.
I don't know why he's attacking my guys with his Sunwalker. He should just be hitting me. I mean, this guy's got taunt. Let's get the damage in on me. Well, there's not really any card that a Paladin could draw that would come back. I guess a Quality Consecrate. It's the only way I can come back from this one. Well, I got this guy eventually. But really the Lightwell is the more threatening thing. Take that, Lightwell. That's what I have to say about your Lightwell. He took my noble sacrifice. What a jerk.
The battle.
Give that man turn to get ready.
Does he have lethal yet? No. Oh well, I'm gonna keep trying to get this guy as many kills as possible. I hope someone was counting. I think I might put an annotation on the YouTube video to tell you to count along.
I can't do that. Well played.
Well played for duty.
Obviously trading with his little guy would have been a better play, but I'm well beyond making better plays at this point. He's got lethal either way. And I guess this game is why silence is important. I really need to be able to kill or silence the Lightwell or his 410. Did he just... he had lethal? Okay, he's still okay. I was worried that he wasn't going to kill me. Sometimes I get upset when my opponents have lethal and they don't kill me. Oy vey. That was, well, that was... it was something. The biggest thing was him having the big game hunter for my, the whatchamacallit, Venture Co. That kind of sucked. Was it even last game? I don't even know that was last game, was it? Oh yeah, I said I was going to look at my deck. I need to take a moment to look at my deck and cry. I thought I hit cancel, but I guess the thing was done finding opponents, so it didn't actually cancel.
Uther versus Gul'dan.
There really are no good cards in this deck. It's all miserable. All of it, even these gadgets and auctioneers. I hate them. I hate everything. I'm never going to play any of these cards again. Because I'll keep the Silver Hand Knight. Alright, well this is reasonable. Give me another 2-drop and I'll be pretty happy. No 2-drop, that's okay. Might coin into my 5-drop. because this is pretty shitty turn 4 play. I'd much rather just drop this bad boy down. And play this guy like turn nothing. Hopefully I can win the game without ever playing him. That's my game plan. Win the game without ever playing that god-awful Dread Corsair. I might have to just coin into Hand of Protection here, though. Oh, actually, I can't protect my guy because he's got Shroud. Never mind.
Wanna blow something up?
No, not the value. Anything but the value. Phew. No value was had today. Because this guy's got hexproof, I'm quite content to just hit him. It's not like he can Mortal Coil him. You can keep your bomber. Even if he like Shatters on Cleric did and then ate my golem, I wouldn't be that sad. Alright, he's got a big dumb Drake. Whatever. It's moderately annoying. Oh, he actually kills the golem. I'm not too sure about that play on his part. Maybe he wants to Mortal Coil it next turn? I don't really know. But like I said, I am going to do this line of play that I mentioned.
Ready, sir.
No real point in trying to hurt the big dumb Drake. It's too big and too dumb. Shadow Bolt, that's okay. I still got the 2/2 left from it. That's why I like that card. It's not an easy card for them to deal with. Probably keep the Bat Bomber in my hand just in case he plays one of those annoying imps, blood imps. So I could Dread Corsair and Hand of Protection, but I don't really feel like that's that strong of a play, honestly. I think I'd rather just drop the guy and go to the face.
If you insist.
Make him do the trading. I got him down pretty low. Hopefully I can close this one out. But I don't think I'm in like a really advantageous position. He's got a ton of cards in hand. Depending on how good his deck is, he might have the answers he needs. Like Shadow Flame is one. It's a bit awkward in this situation though. He can't really get the Shadow Flame he wants. His guy isn't quite good enough.
My shield for Argus.
Alright, alright. Making me regret not trading with this guy just a little bit. Oh, really? He's gonna hit me. That's an interesting decision. I might get really greedy here and go for a value bomber. Run this guy in here, that guy in there, then hope the bomber hits the Twilight Drake. Well, I got the Kodo. That kind of changes things up, doesn't it? Because I can play the Kodo and the Hand of Protection. Kodo knocks that guy out. The Hand of Protection shields this guy, obviously. And whoops, that was stupid. Oh well. I don't know why I did that. I was distracted by talking. Mistakes were made. So I should have 2 more damage on him as well as a 2/1 on the board. We'll do the math and see if it matters, probably. It'd be hard to say though, because this Mad Bomber changes all the math. Ugh, I'm kind of floundering right now.
Blood and plunder.
If I had my 2, I should still have my 2-1, and that would have dealt 4 damage to him. That mistake's probably going to cost me the game. I'm kind of upset about that. It was just a misclick, really. I didn't want to do it at all.
We hunger for vengeance.
Probably should have played my Mad Bomber there, just to try and get the Divine Shield off with the Bomber, too. At this point, my 2-1 would have dealt 6 damage now. Matey, I say. He should be at 3 life. Pretty much dead. Well, I guess I dropped the Consecrate. And the Bomber. So 6 life, he would be at 4 life right now. Fucking Mad Bomber. Wait, 6 damage? He should be at 1 life. And I should have a 2-1. He should be at 6 life and I should have a 2-1. He should be at 6 life and I should have a 2. Or so he should be at 1 life and I should have a 2-1. Yeah, I don't mind losing games sometimes. When you make like, when something dumb happens, like if a minion placement bug costs the game, or you just do something mentally retarded like I did, just misclick and hit the wrong guy, that's when I get upset. Here, use your hero power. Click that button. Do it. Do it.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Alright, so are there really any favorable trades to make? I think I'll just play this one safer. I don't actually have lethal yet, so I don't know why he's saying well played. You could still easily win this one. You're not dead yet, buddy. You can even use your hero power. But he should be dead if I had made that terrible mistake. I still don't have lethal. He didn't use his hero power. That's an interesting choice. Well, I am going to trade.
Reporting for duty.
Oh god, this is so pathetic. Hellfire, do it, play Hellfire. This would be like the most man mode. If he plays Hellfire and goes on to win this game, he's the most man mode warlock in the world. Well, looks like he had to use his hero power. Hope he drew the siphoning thing. No, he just gives it up. Well, mistakes were made that game, but I still won. I squeak into 2-2. So 3 wins was kind of my goal. I thought 4 would be unattainable. That was my unrealistic goal. But 3, I can do 3. Oh yeah, I said I wanted to make fun of how bad this deck is. So how bad this deck is, let's see. Ventrico is not bad. 2 of them's pretty bad. Kodo is meh. Spiteful Smith is a bad card. He shouldn't be in there. Auctioneer, honestly, not that good. Warlord is pretty bad. Bad. This is the worst card. 3 Dread Corsairs. That's the real reason this is a bad deck. 2 Consecrates. That's fine. The Razorman Hunter is bad. Withering Farseer is okay. This one's okay. It's really just these Dread Corsairs that are holding me back, I think. They are terrible. They're well, they're not like there are worse cards in the game, but they're strictly worse than that stupid bear, the grizzly bear, and he's not a good card either. You know it's bad when you're playing a card that's strictly worse than a card that isn't good either. Oh well, strictly worse than my deck that is, because I've got no weapons, so he just always costs 4 mana. 5 mana, 5 mana, 5 mana. You know I say to 5/5/5, I say mulligan, mulligan, mulligan. This is an awkward hand.
Reporting for duty.
It's bad when your turn 2 plays just to play a recruit, especially when the rest of your deck is as bad as mine. It's not like I'm gonna have any good follow-up plays. I'm just gonna have a weak game all around. I'm not gonna accomplish anything.
The battle.
See what he wants to do with his panther. Wants to eat my 1/1 with it. He's a very delicious 1/1. Look at that hammer he's got. It's gonna go to the face. Well, I'm not sure I recommend him going to the face like that, but his colony made it. Maybe he's got a consecrate or something. Who knows? I'm gonna knock out his 4/2. I don't feel the need to trade with his 1/1 though. I suppose he could Blessing of Kings it. Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna kill it. If he had Blessing or Kings or Consecrate, it would be really bad to not kill it, so. He says he's got a Hammer of Wrath, whatever. I guess I dropped the Auctioneer here, which is really bad if he's got Truesilver Champion, but hey. Sometimes you just gotta hope that they don't have Truesilver Champion. Because I got a couple spells in hand I can already use, including the Hand of Protection. So as long as he doesn't... Okay, Kodo. Alright, I might just use both my spells here. Do the Hand of Protection first. Well, I could just play some minions instead of dropping the Consecrate. That's probably honestly a good idea. Seems like a waste of Consecrate. Eats my Divine Shield. Fine with that. That shield drew me a card. Protected my guy for a while. The Equality Consecrate. No! I didn't see that one coming. Well. Play a bunch of stuff. I did not see Equality Consecrate. The combo. He goes to me, which is a bit greedy since I got my own Consecrate. Let's see. Operation Trade with stuff and stuff. The Abomination's a bit awkward because it kind of kills my stuff. I'm gonna knock out his stuff as best as I can. I'm in a pretty bad spot. He's got so many cards in his hand. 7 of them. He should be able to finish this one up, no problem. I don't have enough board control to fight through his card advantage. He'll surely regain board control in 2 or 3 turns. Should be his. Or even one turn if he's got another Consecrate. Never mind.
Reporting for duty.
So now I'm just playing against someone who's got a ton more cards than me. I think I've got an Abomination. That's kind of something.
Reporting for duty.
I'm probably gonna have to hold on to my Consecrate. I need to get like the biggest value Consecrate ever if I'm ever gonna win this one. My one attack taunt guy? Yeah, whatever. Guardian Ancient Kings, whatever. It's whatever, it's whatever. Stampeding Kodo to kill a 1/1. I've gotten better value out of Stampeding Kodos before. I've also gotten worse value though. Abomination is a double-edged sword, as they say. In this case, both edges were pointing directly at me. But that's okay, that's okay. Consecration is a bit awkward because this guy that I really want to kill has got 3 health. Avenging Wrath. Uh oh, it's gonna kill both of my guys, pretty likely. Bam, 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 bam. Yep.
Shall not fall.
And now he's almost got lethal. Oh boy. What do I do here? Do I hope that I just draw another Consecrate next turn?
Reporting for duty.
I'm not sure what I do except lose quite terribly. I think Wally Consecrate was too strong. Well, I did draw the next Consecrate. That is what I said my hope for the follow-up was draw into another Consecrate.
Reporting for duty.
So at least I know what my outs are. The only problem is they're not actually outs. It's just the closest thing to an out that I actually had. Probably shouldn't have ended turn right away just in case I drew Noble Sacrifice. But I didn't, so whatever. You don't have lethal. Ha 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 ha. You have to wait another turn to kill me. I get the last laugh. Oh, never mind. Looks like the Thrallmar Pharisee is the only one laughing. Well, Gadget Kazan Auctioneer, he lives. But I unfortunately do not. That is a bad run with a bad deck. 0 gold, oh boy. Can the pack make up for it? Nope, we can't. Anyways, over and out. That's a pretty bad run. 200 protectors though. Maybe I should go make a Paladin deck. Well, after that read red, I don't think I will. Anyway, keep doing too.